Welcome and welcome back, everybody. Tabletop Toki here, and in today's stream, we're going to be unboxing my latest order from Japan. Very excited. There's quite a few things in here. Two of them are not for me, disclaimer, so we won't be opening them, but I can still show them off a little bit. And then we'll be diving right in. I have a big variety of games today, some party games, trick-taking games, card games, some games that I had never heard of before. In fact, most of them I had never heard of before looking up and doing research and putting together the order. So really excited to delve in, see what these games are all about, and share them with y'all here today. So we're just gonna get started. This box is like very long, but also very dense. Like it's surprisingly heavy. So I'm curious to see what all in here is actually so heavy. I didn't think that there was necessarily anything that like itself would have been really crazy. I mean, I guess cards weigh a little bit, but there's not like any poker chips or things like that to my knowledge. It literally feels like it's full of bricks, so we'll see. Okay. But yeah, hopefully everybody's having an awesome day so far, or evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and a good week. Nice Wednesday stream. I was hoping these would have come in yesterday, since I'm hosting a game night tonight and tomorrow, but I would have had adequate time to like unbox and learn some of the games, but we're just gonna go with it. So, ooh, we can see a little yellow pixie here. I'm gonna move these off to the side for right now. And we'll start with that one since it's one of the two games that isn't necessarily for me, but are for friends. So one of them being Pokemon Ubongo. So we have Ubongo, which is a puzzle game that plays 1 to 4 players, but this is the Pokemon version of it. So it kind of touches the fitting your shapes onto the card based on which shapes fit and the difficulty. I've played a lot of Ubongo 3D. I'll be honest and say I have not played just Ubongo 2D. So this is going to be a really exciting one. Again, this one is ordered for a friend, so I won't be opening it here, but you can kind of get the idea. And hey, welcome back. Happy Lunar New Year. Yeah, for anybody who's celebrating. And let's see, we have another game that is not necessarily for me, so we'll get those two out of the way. It's another Pokemon themed game. So Pokemon Nine Tiles Panic, which is or Nine Tiles, which is from Oink Games. Again, a patterning game where you have tiles that you're arranging based on different criteria, and this is of course the Pokemon version, so there's that one as well. All right, so I'll just set these over here as a nice little border for the rest of our games. I'm just gonna get some of this bunny litter out here. Okay, wow, yeah, these are really packed in there. I'm glad that none of them got damaged during shipping because they're just wall-to-wall games. So let's start with, should we go from the small to large? Oh, technically, I did unbox Super Susaru Soup on a previous stream, but they had copies for really cheap. So since I was ordering from Japan anyway, I thought, why not? This will make a great gift. Since unboxing it, I have played it. It's I believe it's 3 to 4 players. Yeah, a card game that plays in about 15 minutes. It's just hand management and a little bit of push your luck. But it is fantastic. So I couldn't pass up the opportunity to get a cheap copy. Okay, maybe let's go from smallest to largest. Should we do that? Something like that? I think so. Which one of these is the smallest? Okay, so this first one is called Age of Neighbors. I had no idea what it was. It just kind of came up in the recommended when I was checking out. So it looks like it plays 1 to 5 players, 10 to 20 minutes, ages 10 and up. I don't speak Japanese. I used to be able to read Japanese, not that it helped because I could only make the phonetic sounds because I didn't know the vocabulary. Well, technically hiragana and katakana I could read. Kanji I started getting into, and that was just, I gave up pretty quickly, like within the first 200 symbols. Okay, but Age of Neighbors is a card game where we're going to be managing the different animals on your farm, it looks like. Ooh, these cards are really nice quality. They're kind of plasticky, so that's cool. But it just looked really cute. And again, it's one of those things where if you're already ordering from overseas, then, you know, some of these smaller games from these publishers, this is from Southern Cross Games, are pretty cheap to add on since you're already paying to have, you know, the game shipped over. So I always like to look for little things that might be interesting to try out, because at the end of the day, the worst thing that could happen is I'm not a huge fan, and then I can gift it to someone who would like to try it out and who may enjoy it more than I did, or donate it, or what have you. So there's Age of Neighbors. And I'm gonna put these into BGG. I say it every time, and I always forget. Let's see, is this one even in here? I'm not sure that it is. Let's see. Yeah, and it is so tiny and cute. Have I ever watched After School Dice Club? It's an anime about hobby board games. I have not. I'm not super knowledgeable or familiar with a lot of anime, but that sounds pretty fun. Okay, I guess Age of Neighbors doesn't have a BGG page, so after doing my best to translate and play it, I will do my best to make a BGG page for that. I'm also gonna really quickly adjust here because it's a little dark on the stream. Let's see if we can get these that's a little better. Okay. Next one, super tiny game. This one I'm especially excited about. In fact, I put it in the thumbnail. Again, a game I had never heard of before, but we have Milkuro from designer Tsutomu Dejima, and it is published by Descott Design. Okay. Excellent. Ooh, this one looks so cute. I believe it is a trick-taking game, 2 to 4 players, 20 to 30 minutes, ages 8 and up. And it's about running like a little milk bar. That's the name, Milkuro. But I really like the aesthetic of this one. And again, these tiny box games just really, I'm having a crisis every time I have to fit a new game on my shelf right now because they're pretty full, which means I'll probably have to cull again soon here. But very excited. Oh, and this one even comes with English rules. Awesome. Will you take it as black or as white? Take the right balance of Milkuro nutrient. Here's a milky trick-taking game to challenge your balancing skills between black or white choices. So we have just a very easy game flow, round setup, play cards, and then scoring, the end of the game, and there's a 2-player variant, it looks like, with the 2-player rules there as well. Okay, and then our cards here. Is it a very, Toxic, if you're still there, is it a very long series? Because I know there are some anime that are super short, like 6 episodes and you're done. And then there are some anime that go on for like 50 years. Is this a fairly easy one to get into? Or is this like you're signing up for a multi-month, multi-year commitment? Okay, so it is just these cards, which is interesting. I've seen, and I was looking to see if this was based off of, or if this was the origin of an all-play small game called Prey that came out that has these double-sided cards as well for trick-taking, but it didn't seem like they were related. So we have like our white sides of the cards, it looks like from 1 to 44, and then our black sides of the cards, which are the opposite. And then it looks like we have some kind of cards to keep track of which ones are whites and blacks that you're perhaps like scoring each round. So that's super exciting. This one does have a BGG page because I remember looking it up and seeing if it was related to Prey. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up here. So Milkuro. I just like the idea of like a game about milk. I don't know. I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't get to really drink real milk, but like a board game about milk does seem fun. Okay. The next game we have is similar to a game that I already own and have unboxed here on the channel, but this is Mole Poker. Similar to Cat Poker, but this one plays up to 5 players in 15 minutes. So I'm interested to see what the differences are between this and Cat Poker or Dog Poker, or I know All Play published those games under the title Panda Panda. They've been, whatchamacallit, I've noticed that they've been picking up a lot of games from like Japanese designers and then reskinning them and reprinting them. Like Lure, I know, is originally called something fishing, dice fishing. And then Panda Panda is cat poker or dog poker. And now we have mole poker. Build your best poker hand by strategically recruiting moles from molehills. So we have our little moles here, and it says, simply draw mole cards from any of the 6 decks. Once everyone has 5 cards, it's time for a showdown. The strongest hand wins. Okay, so you're drawing from different molehills. All these are so cute. Yeah, I know. That's one of the things that I really love about ordering games from Japan or Taiwan or Korea or anywhere like that. It's just like the art and aesthetic of all the games is just so strong. I feel like, I mean, on one hand, I'm sure there are probably a lot of games where like the art varies, but at least the ones that are available for me to order over here are like always really high quality. So I'm not sure if that's like because they're high quality, then they are easier to get overseas, or if it's just like a different standard. I would really love to actually go to like Asia and go to an actual board game store just to see like what's on the shelves, because I feel like that'd be really fun. So yeah, we have Mole Poker as a card game where you collect 5 moles from the holes of your choice. The aim is to form a poker hand using the numbers of the moles, which range from 1 to 5. The player with the strongest hand wins the game. And then we have our hands. We have our different, okay, so each deck, it looks like, has different compositions. We have our FAQs, and then our little moles. Actually an ally of platypus, echidna. Are echidnas and platypi? Are they related? We have our passionate digger named Boy, food lover named Girl, dependable bro, dirt dog, underworld boss, Baus. I love that. So the design is from Kaya Miyano, and we have Sai Beppu for the arts. Oh, love it. Ma plus, A plus. I really love Sai Beppu's art. There are a couple of games that she has illustrated for that I really want. I recently learned of one called Grim Reaper Preschool. I need it, but I've been unable to track down a copy so far. So here are our scorecards for each of the players. You can keep track of how many hands you've won, 0, 1, or if it's similar to cat and dog poker or Panda Panda, once you've won 2, you've won outright. So that keeps track of that. We have our cards for F. So it has the composition of what numbers could be in there for each of the different molehill decks. Cute. Okay, so just like a little push your luck card set collection game here, but with amazing art from Sai Beppu. So I'm really excited to try this one out. Yeah, and these games, like the rounds go really quick. So even though they're a little bit lucky, I've had a really good time trying them out and playing them. So they're just really cute to look at and to play. Okay, let's see. We're gonna have that weird spot of glare again, I feel like, that we had a couple streams ago. And speaking of cute, tiny, small card games, we have Capybara and Capybara from Okazu, and designed by Hisashi Hayashi, the one and only. So this game I had been interested in for a while. There's also Goat and Sheep and Sheep. But of the 3 animals, I like Capybara the best. But I had heard that the game maybe wasn't as good as Goat or Sheep and Sheep. But I recently got to play it on Board Game Arena because they added it on there. And it was actually really fun and very unique. Essentially, so let's see, it's 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up, about 30 minutes per game. And essentially you have your monkey that's going around collecting pumpkins, I believe it was. And then, oh my god, the cards are smaller than I thought they would be. That's so cute. Yeah, so you have a monkey that's going around collecting pumpkins to feed or to give to the capybaras, and based on that you can then get sets. And I love how it's like a little comic flowchart kind of thing, or like a little comic to introduce. I really appreciate that because I am very bad at reading and staying focused, so having the little characters illustrated in and like giving you tips as you go, that's just really appealing to me. Yeah, so it's a very interesting card management game because you have your separate lines of cards kind of going out. It's definitely a lot more different than I've ever of a card game that I've ever played before, for sure. But I was very intrigued by it. Like, it was strange, but in a very good way. And I found that some of Hisashi Hayashi's designs are kind of like that, where it's like, ooh, I haven't really seen this before, even though these are familiar mechanics of just set collection, but like in a totally new way in terms of how you manage your cards. Because as your monkey moves along, it has to like go back and reset so that you can access previous cards that you've collected and get the right combinations of colors of your capybaras, from what I remember. So yeah, we have our different capybara color cards. We have our monkeys that can move either 3, or once you upgrade, they're big monkey and they can go 4. And then we have our different sets that you're trying to collect, and then the points that you get for those sets of capybaras. Super cool. Or just moving a really long range of cards as an objective as well, which again, you can do fairly easily once you build up your line, but you have to take turns to then like reset your monkey back so that you can pass over cards again. Okay, and then we have the rest of our capybaras. A, B, C, and D. Yeah, very travel friendly too. Like a lot of the, like I could bring this whole mini collection of games with me to like a convention, easy peasy. They would just all fit in my bag. Or like oftentimes, sometimes if I'm going out for like bubble tea or something like that, I don't want to bring a whole board game bag, but I might want to bring a game or two to play while we wait. So oftentimes I'll just throw like 1 or 2 little games in my purse, and that always works out super well. Or these games always work out super well for that. Okay, let's see if I can get these little guys in there. Wow, I expected these cards, like, again, because I've only played it on BGA so far, I expected these cards to be more like standard size cards, but I love these tiny little ones, especially because you're making such a long line of cards for the capybaras. So I'm very appreciative that that is not going to be as much of a table hug as I thought. The next game is a 2-player game. I'm super excited. Another one I used in the thumbnail, Charge and Spark from Jelly Jelly Games. So I've gotten a few of their games when I've ordered from Japan before, and this one caught my eye, obviously. We've got a bunny on the cover, and it's got like a retro kind of arcade game vibe. It's 2 players, ages 6 and up, 15 minutes. So very excited to check this one out. And again, had never heard of this game prior to finding it. When I was ordering, I always feel like I'm missing things too, though, because, you know, obviously not speaking the language, so not being able to like read all the information on a website when you're ordering things is slightly problematic, even though they have like translating pages. But then like in terms of searching, you know, if you're searching for games in English versus in Japanese, you're going to get different results. And then there are some that like will come up as recommended and some that you really have to look for, that you won't be able to find in just like general search. So unless you know what you're looking for, it can be hard to find, or even when you are looking for a specific game, it can be hard to find. So yeah, this was one that I almost missed, but found it at the last minute. And while we're here, I'm going to add Milkuro to BGG. And then we're also going to add Capybara. Capybara and Capybara, so cute. Yeah, I'm curious to know too what the difference is between this one and goat and sheep and sheep. So if anybody has any insight on that, feel free to let me know in the chat or comment if you're watching this in the future. In collection, there we go. I was having a hard time finding the button, and we might as well add Charge and Spark as well, if we can. Charge and Spark. Is this one in here? Yes, it is. Perfect. Okay. Cool. So let's see what we've got here. Oh, there's even like a little bunny either shooting or deflecting lasers. So cute. All right, so it looks like this one does not have English rules, so I will have to translate and figure that out. luckily, it looks like the setup is pretty straightforward. Looks like you have your battery, your hearts, and then you have your deck of cards, and you're going to be putting cards and advancing towards the center, charging and sparking, and then it has a reference of the different card abilities it looks like. So it looks pretty straightforward, and being that it's ages 6 and up, I feel like this will be hopefully a pretty easy one to figure out. We have some little tokens here. So we have our player 1, we have some little discs. Are those little CDs? Oh, that's so cute. We have our battery. And then we have our CDs. If y'all have any recommendations too for games that I should be looking at or places to order games from overseas, I'm definitely like, I don't know. I always hesitate with like new games because I know there are a lot of new games that are coming out all the time. I like to see kind of, you know, what the games are and let them marinate a bit before ordering. So I don't like to pre-order a lot of stuff. So finding new games, I've definitely been branching out and trying to look at broaden the search radius in terms of like geography versus the timing of like when games are coming out and released. I'm looking for new games in terms of the release date, but it can be a bit tricky to find some of these games or to find methods of ordering. And I know I need to just do more research, but I also know that I'm still finding a lot of stuff, so I don't want to go too crazy and end up finding that I have access to way more games than I'm prepared to order on any given day. I also tend to be very impatient, as we can see today, where it's like, hey, I could have scheduled the stream for later in the week, but then I wouldn't have gotten to play the games tonight at game night or tomorrow at game night. So really, it's had to be today. Hey, welcome. Yeah, we got some Pokemon, Ubango and Ninetales. Unfortunately, not for me, so I'm not allowed to open them and take them out of shrink, but we still get to see them, which is pretty cool. Okay, so it looks like we have our Spark, Thunder, Charge, Move, Barrier, Counter, Spark. Okay, so it seems like it might be like a little bit of a rock, paper, scissors where you're trying to advance forward and playing these. Oh, the backs of the cards are so cute. You'll see that? Oh. And so I would imagine that you're revealing these and trying to, actually, I can just look on BGG to see what it says. Yeah, card game for 2 players in which players aim to reduce their opponent's life to 0 or reach the goal first by using cards with various effects. Only 16 cards are used in the game. It's a game of psychological warfare in which strategy and reading each other are fun. So yeah, it's a little bit of a bluffing programming game. Hey James, welcome. Yeah, so I'm very excited about this one. I do really enjoy these little 2-player games that are similar to this. I'm trying to think of, there's one, Brave Rat, is it called? That was like one of the first ones that I played, but then I also got to try one that's a bit chunkier is oh gosh, what is it called? I can think of Kingdom. Oh no. I can think of I can picture it so clearly. I can't think of the name of it. I'll come back to it. But recently I got Wizard's Cup as well, which I unboxed in a previous stream. Which, funny story, if y'all don't know, I posted about this in the Discord because I was so upset. But since the cards were all in Japanese, I made English stickers to go over them. So like made translations and then formatted them, printed them, cut them. And as I started to assemble the actual physical cards and put the stickers on them, I looked up on BGG just to make sure for referencing, and there was a picture from Pandasaurus that had been uploaded within the past hour, and it was just, there was no announcement, it was just a picture of an English cover of the game. And so people were like, oh, does this mean that Wizard's Cup is getting an English printing and that it was picked up by Pandasaurus? How cool, that's great. And I'm like, oh, how great that everybody will have access to it because it's such a fun game. But like, boo, that I went through hours and hours of work making these stickers to go on the cards so that they're in English. And And then all of a sudden, literally like same time, Candace was like, hey, guess what? This is going to be coming to the US. We'll have English copies available soon. Like, ooh. Just the timing on that was like a dagger to my heart. All right, but yeah, I'm very excited for Charge and Spark because it's this is a style of game that I've really enjoyed. I'm trying to think. Okay, I need to find the name of this other one because it's gonna drive me crazy. Board game, 2-player. I don't even know what I would search. Kingdom. It will come to me at some other time. It's got like anime art. I can't think of it right now. We'll see. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, please save me. Okay, so these games are a little bigger, and by a little bigger, I mean not that much bigger. Oh, I do have one more game that's not for me. I almost forgot. This one I did unbox previously on a stream, Nanatori Dory. It is a ladder climbing game, card shedding, about having your birds or guiding your bird guest home from the peach party. And it is surprisingly thematic with trying to get birds home with their, like grouping them together with their same feathered friends. This one is also on BGA now, so if you want to try it out, you can try it there. But my partner really liked this one, so they wanted a copy. And again, since I was ordering, I'm like, well, if we're already here, we might as well just throw it in, right? Okay, let's see. How can we do this? Oh, Milkuro fits so perfectly up there. Awesome. Okay, the rest of them are for us. Let's go. Maybe we'll do some of the big ones now and then go to the middle. I'm trying to think of which one I want to end with. Maybe that one. I don't know. Let's go with the big boy now. Okay. So we have Fixer. I'm excited about this. From Takai, Aida. I'm not sure if that's an L or an I capitalized. But this is a trick-taking game for 2 to 4 players, 15 minutes, ages 10 and up. I've really come around on trick-taking. I used to not be a fan because it's like, oh, you know, how many times are we just gonna follow suit and play trump cards and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like there are so many innovative takes on trick-taking, especially from places like Japan, where I'm assuming it's like a very popular mechanic because there are so many cool innovative games that use that but in new ways. So I'm totally on board now. I'm a big fan. Oh, and we have an English rulebook. Hey, that's pretty great. That saves me a lot of time and headache. I already have a difficult time, like I said, focusing and reading and learning rules. So when they're in a different language or when I'm teaching and then I have to constantly go back and like pull out Google Translate or find English rules to print out, which some of these games don't have at all. So that makes it even more challenging. But yeah, this is very helpful. So it's a trick-taking card game in which players pit their cards against each other in one-on-one conflicts with the stronger card winning the conflict. However, the losing player can tip the scales in their favor by receiving the winner's card. Judge each situation carefully before continuing. Deliberately losing some conflicts could win you the game. Card suits matchups are crucial for deciding each conflict. While media cards are weak to capital cards, they are strong against people cards. Exploit your options, outwit your opponents, and manipulate the odds in your favor to become the nation's shadow ruler. Okay, so it looks like it's kind of got a little bit of like a rock, paper, scissors vibe, maybe, with like different suits, yeah, interacting with each other. So it's like a, I don't know, circle, square, whatever. So there's no suit that's inherently the best. And it seems similar to another all-play trick-taking game that I played that I enjoy is 9 Lives. And that's a similar one where you get to claim cards as you go. But I believe in that case, it's the winner who gets to claim cards, which also varies the length of each round because it's not a fixed, you know, everybody gets a fixed hand at the beginning, but as you potentially win some tricks or not, whoa, okay. Okay, these are not cards, these are cardboard. As you potentially win tricks or not, your hand size will increase, whereas other players may not. So this seems like it might have a similar kind of idea or similar mechanic implemented. So I am excited to try that out and see how it works. All right, so we have our like little matchup boards, and it says one versus or like one-on-one. So I wonder if you have these in between all the different players, or what exactly. Those are the area boards, yeah, placed between players. So it shows you here that you would have the areas placed between players, 2 between players if you're playing with 3, and 1 between each of the players if we're playing with 4, with some of the ones in the center. Ooh, and we have these really nifty little wooden tokens. That seems interesting. Let me get a box or a bag for those. Oh, that bag's too big, probably. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for trick-taking games to check out or ladder climbing, I feel like once I started ordering games directly from Japan, ladder climbing became a huge obsession of our game group for a couple months. That's like, I feel like all we played were ladder climbing games, which I'm not complaining about. I had a great time. Okay, so we have those tokens there. And let's see. And then we have our cards as well. I believe this one is on Board Game Geek, because I wasn't super sure based on just like the art and presentation, but I believe it had a pretty high rating, which is why I was like, I might as well give it a try. So we have our different cards like people, media, capital, and then regime. Okay, and then it looks like each player must get one of these reference cards, and the little trash icon. Cool, cool. I don't think the cards need a bag. I don't know why I got an additional bag out. All right. So that one's exciting. I'm gonna put the Japanese rules at the bottom, just so they're still there, but a little bit out of the way. Okay. We have Fixer. Where should we put that? Maybe over here? Let me add it to BGG while I'm here. Money, people, power, media. Manipulate all of them in this trick taker. Okay. What the heck? Okay, wait. I need to do some research. When I searched for Fixer, there was also a game that came out called Soft Fixers, and it's got very interesting cover art. Looks like it's also a Japanese game, a deck building game that includes the identity hiding mechanism. Well, if you're curious, you can look up Soft Fixers. There's like a character on the front with pink hair, but like looks very muscly, going like this. I'm not sure what that's about, but anyway, back to unboxing. Let's go ahead and open another one that I had no idea about until I ordered it. Our Eco Plus. So this is a 2-player game that takes about 30 minutes, ages 8 and up. And as you can tell, the theme is about recycling. Let's recycle. Agree. It's from Hobby Japan. Okay. Let's see what this is about. Again, this is another one, had no idea, but I thought the theme was really unique. I certainly don't have a game that's about recycling, and it had a pretty high rating on BGG. I do enjoy a good 2-player game. Let's see. All right, so we have, 2 different sets of rules? We have this red pamphlet here, but then we also have, what's happening? This green pamphlet? Are they the same? Are they different? Oh, wait. They are slightly different. But they both say our Eco Plus. Oh, 2 to 4 players. Just kidding. Okay. So I'm not sure why we have Maybe it's a game variant. I'm not sure. I guess I'll find out. I will report back in probably next month monthly plays video and let y'all know. Dinosaur Story is great. If you like it, check out Odin. Okay, so I have played Odin, and I won't get too much into it because it might be in a video. I was really excited because I really love one of the 3 designers that worked on it, Gary Kim. But of all the ladder climbing games I played, I'll just say, I don't know that Odin was for me. Maybe I was missing something. I felt like I had to have been playing it wrong, but we checked and checked and checked. I'm like, no, this is how it works. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to give it another shot. Okay. So we have our different appliances, looks like. We have our our point cards based on the different, I don't know. Oh, plastics, and it looks like metal or glass. Bottles, appliances. Okay, interesting. I feel like there's so many other countries have such a sophisticated system for recycling versus the US. I don't know, it's wild. One of the things that I really miss about Germany is that you could actually bring in like your cans and bottles and things to grocery stores and get like a credit when you went to check out. I'm like, man, I wish we had that here. I would absolutely do that 1000%. We've got like metals and glass, I guess, probably here. And then we have our plastics. Cool. I love this art, by the way. I don't know if y'all are see this. It's so, I don't know, kind of like poppy. Like, who thought a crumpled up water bottle could look so good? Am I right? Cute. Okay. I'm excited to see what this one is about. It's nice too because it doesn't have any card text on, you know, the actual cards themselves at least. So I feel like once I learn it, hopefully it should be fine to get to the table. Some of the other games, it takes me a little bit. Like, I always try to get games to the table as quickly as possible after purchasing them, because I'm like, if I'm not that excited to play it, then like, why did I spend money on it? But with some of these games, kind of like Wizard's Cup, like I was talking about earlier in the stream, because I have to make like stickers or translate and do all that stuff and like modify the game components, sometimes it takes me a while just because those projects take a little bit of time and I want to like do it right and make them look nice. Okay, and then we have our different game end conditions, and it looks like little references or for the different, I don't know if these are per player or if they are per different type of like good that you're recycling, but there's that. Okay, so we'll put that one away. Our Eco Plus. Maybe we can push them up. Awesome. Okay. Is it getting too claustrophobic? I think. Oh, perfect. Let me pass these real quick. Okay. And let me add that one here as well. Our Eco. Oh, see, there's Our Eco Plus, and Our Eco Recycle. So I think Our Eco Plus must be the two. Yeah. So you can play Our Eco, which is a hand management game, or you can play Our Eco Recycle, which is a competition game in which you become the person in charge of waste sorting plant and aim to become the plant manager by correctly sorting and processing the waste. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, there's hand management, and then Our Eco Recycle is a bluffing game. Cool. Where you have cards face up or face down. Interesting. Okay. That's awesome. That's a 2-for-1 special. Very exciting. Let's do another. I mean, these are all about the same size. I'll save the cutest one for last. I mean, it's hard to say. There are 2 that might be cutest. I don't know. We have Deliver Eat. This one is not on Board Game Geek because I could not find anything about it. But it is 2 to 4 players, about 10 minutes, ages 6 and up, and it has a very cute pink and yellow box. So I was very excited to try this one out. And see what it is. I don't know. especially when games don't have like you know, a BGG page, there's that extra air of mystery where I'm like, but I just gotta know. We'll see if that pays off. Good. A lot of the games that I've gotten to try that don't have a BGG page have been really interestingly fun and unique. So we'll see if I end up getting burned by this one. All right. Let's open it up. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Bad game. Hey Chris, welcome. So we have, again, very concise rules. Love that. Beautiful. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Easy peasy. There are weather, orders, and accidents, and then we have our menu. So it looks like these are the different foods. Is that cheesecake? Oh, quick, everybody in the chat, what's your favorite dessert? Oh man, now I really want cheesecake. Now I really want ramen. Oh, they have like, I don't know if this is something different in Japan, but in Korea we call it bibimbap. It looks very similar to bibimbap. And bubble tea. Oh, so good. Now I'm just hungry. Man, okay. Good, great. Oh, little dice. Look at these little jelly, yellowy dice. That almost look like lemon. But now that's probably just because I'm super thinking about food. I mean, to be fair, it is like almost kind of dinner time. I didn't really eat real dinner, or real lunch. So early dinner seems appropriate, right? That sounds good. Okay, let's get these little dice out. And then we have our tiles here. So it looks like we have our delivery tokens. Like I said, I don't really know much about this game at all. It just looks super cute. Is that bad? It's so weird. Like, I usually do such extensive research on games, and I'll like have them in and out of my cart for months sometimes before deciding to pull the trigger on them. But then when I'm ordering games from overseas, I'm like, well, it's like now or never. I literally may never be able to buy this game again because who knows if, you know, it'll still be in stock or available to ship to the US. I might as well get it now. I played Odin in person, and I tried it at 2. I also tried it at 4, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm wondering if each person gets their own tiles. We have pink, we have green, we have yellow, then we have blue, and then we have some orders. So it looks like, oh, maybe it's a speed game? It looks like it might be a speed game. Hell yeah. I love me a good speed game. Where you're trying to fulfill certain orders. This one does have some card text, but it might hopefully just be the items that you're ordering. And then it looks like there are points at the top. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure how that works, but I guess I will be finding out. So we'll see. Let's put all of these together. And then there are different accidents. Oh no. And then weather conditions that may cause us to stop temporarily or to have certain non-ideal things happen. Whoa. Well, I'm excited to figure out what this one's about. It looks very cute for sure. Oh, I have to see. Sorry. Okay. We're gonna put these in here. Our little dice up there. Oh, but then there are dice, so I guess you must have to roll dice in order to do certain things. I don't really know. Let me find out. And then our little tokens and rules and lid. Okay, cool. Liver eats. I don't know why the yellows look very orangey. This is more of like a neonish yellow. My lighting and camera stuff is just not set up super great. Okay. And then let's do next one is called Haricots from Yazawa Kentaro. English rules available. Oh boy, did it come with them? This is published by toy games or 4 games. It's 3 to 5 players, 20 to 30 minutes, ages 8 and up. I just like the little dudes. Look how cute they are. They kind of remind me of like little Humpty Dumptys. They got little top hats and bow ties. Look at that guy. Thanks, son. Save some for the rest of us. Hey, Scott. Yeah, I'm very excited. I know almost nothing about any of these games. Like, based on this stream, I feel like if this was somebody's first stream here, they'd be like, this chick doesn't know anything about board games. And you would be correct. I don't know much about any of these games. Accurate. But I am excited. I'm here for it. All right, so Haricots is a little card game, if you guys couldn't have guessed. A little banner. English rules available, but not in the box. That's fine. The rules seem very simple. I'm not really sure what it's about. Oh, look at that. The rules seem very simple. Oh, okay. So they have a link to the English rules on 4Games website. Sweet. We've got rocks. We've got little king crowns with, I don't know, it looks like a bean on top. I'm really not sure what's happening. These are super cute. It looks like we have some negatives, so you don't want to take rocks. Fair. I do usually try to live my life. And that, whoa, on the back it has little like chip bags or something? Haircuts? I don't know. What is a haircut? Does anybody know? Is that just a name or is that something specific? You can tell, like I said, I've done extensive research. But it's one of those things where it's like, if I like leave them in the cart for a day and I'll come back to it and look at it with fresh eyes. And if I don't order it then and there, then like I'm never gonna make up my mind and like order it. So I feel like I just have to. Okay. This one was on Board Game Geek, so I can read the description from there. Maybe we'll do that so we kind of know what we're looking at. So we did Art Eco, Deliver Eat, so you said is not on BGG. I feel like between all the like Japan games and Game Crafter games, I've been making so many BGG entries for new game pages. I feel like whoever's monitoring that must be like, oh my god, this trick again. So haircuts, you want to empty your hand of cards, but to do so, you need to lay out more beans than other players. Hell yeah. I don't know why that really gets me. I'm into it. Okay. Oh, there's like a little riser. I wish they would have just made the box thinner, but okay, fine, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, so you start with a hand of 10 cards and a deck of 4 cards. You either play from your hand or draw from your deck. And then you're playing cards of the same value as long as the sum is higher than whatever was played recently. Okay, so it's a card shedding game. Interesting. But you don't have all your cards available to you right away. Interesting. Okay. Very exciting. I do like the theme. I don't know. So these little boys like love beans, I guess. It is a golden bean on the crown as identified. And the back of the cards are just beans? What is happening? I do really like these cards though. Like this is bean snacks. Are those is that what a haircut is? Whoa, he's so excited. I think the most interesting, like one of the most interesting gifts I have received. So I really like Dr. Pepper, and somebody while they were on vacation somewhere or other had gone to a grocery store and they had Dr. Pepper flavored beans in like a can. I didn't eat them. I still have the can of them like up in my pantry. But just like what an interesting thing. Okay, and then we have these have double-sided too. Okay. Wild. I wonder if those are for scoring or no. Okay, it looks like some of these, the 1s and 2s have double-sided. Look at the little guy, he's just wiggling around, wishing for beans. This is really great. I feel like this is some propaganda to try to get people to like eat more beans. Like, there was that I Love You Egg song from Korea a while ago. That was just all about how great eggs are. Y'all know which one I'm talking about? I'm sure the video is still up on YouTube. You could probably still find it. It's a very catchy song in both Korean and there's an English version too. But from what I remember, it was basically propaganda to try to get people in Korea to like eggs more and eat and purchase more eggs. Was that a real thing? I don't know. Also, that was also when I was in like junior high school. So junior high, me probably didn't do a lot of research. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's put our little bean boys. Let's see. Maybe, I mean, I could take out the riser so that there's just more room, but I think this is sufficient as well. All right, Haricots. I actually looked that up. What are Haricots? Let's see where we put this one. Maybe up here? Maybe right there. Haricots are just beans? What? They're green beans? They're the more refined version of green beans. Oh, excuse me. Wow. Wait, but that's not, these are like beans. Like brown beans, whatever. I don't know my beans, obviously. I know nothing about board games and I know nothing about beans. These are the two things we've learned on this stream. Thinner, longer, straighter, more refined in taste. They get limp much faster than green beans because they are harvested younger, so eat them as fresh as possible. What is happening? Oh, sure. Now we know. Have to put my pinky up when I'm eating these refined beans. Yeah, agree, right? Dang, dude. Haricots. Okay, I have two more left. I'm really torn because one of them's super cute that people might have heard of because I know it was released at Essen, and one is one that I'm sure that nobody's ever seen in their life because I had never heard of it. I'll do the Essen release one first because the last one I basically just bought based on the cover. No, I'll do this one first. Okay, so we have, I think it's called Rensaw Bingo. Let me actually look it up and see. I don't know that there's a BGG page for it. I'm just going off of I don't know. Let me see what my Amazon Japan order says. Look at this little ghosty guy. This one's a party game. Oh, ghosty is in the book. So, I believe that this is a game where it's similar to herd mentality or games like that where you're trying to get the same answer as a certain number of other guests. And then based on the number of people that you like match with, you get to mark off things on your bingo, and then whoever gets a line first wins. I think that's the game. I'm not sure if there's much else to it. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, and it looks pretty straightforward. But when I looked into it, I seem to remember that that was what it is. Let me see if I can look it up. My orders. Rensaw Bingo from Arclight. Okay, that's a little different. It's 3 to 10 players, 5 to 15 minutes, ages 6 and up. Rensaw Bingo. BGG. Oh. Nope, it doesn't look like it has a BGG page. Cool, good, great. Okay, but anyway, look how cute it is. It's got little ghost paws. I'm super excited. I don't know. I have really been. Oh, shout out, by the way. Speaking of Arclight games, Icho was finally released, at least here in the US. So if y'all ever have played or will play a party game in your life and you don't own a copy, go get one now. It's so good. It's so good. I talked about it in my top 10 games of last year list. And I talked about it quite a few times last year since I finally got a copy after years and years and years. Bingo. Let's go. Ooh, got like some spot finishing on the box too. Okay, so we have our dry erase markers. We have our rules. Ta-da! Half of the rule sheet is just the components, and then we have like how the game works. Ah, for kids. Yes, good. You're literally just trying to get a bingo. Oh, cool. I'm gonna do it. This one obviously will require some translation when playing, but it's like just a little party game, so I figure that's fine. It just seems really cute. And I like the idea of it, because I've played like herd mentality, and I like the idea of trying to like metagame and think about who's going to answer this many versus do I say the thing I actually think, or do I say the thing that I think everybody will respond. So we have some different like theme cards. Kid friendly, aw. But the way that scoring works with those games like isn't really that fun. So the idea of having that as a primary thing that you're doing, but then having the scoring be that you're trying to get these little bingo cards crossed off seems really fun. So I am excited for that. And then it looks like we have our bingo cards based on player counts. Oh, even the backs of the cards are so cute. Okay. Yeah. No idea if this one will go over well, but I thought that the theme and concept was really, well, the concept was really cool, and I like the presentation. So excited to see where it goes. And these are like dry erase proof little cards. So yeah, as we continue on, it looks like we're getting more and more variety in our numbers for trying to get those same answers as other people. And then we have our answers that you write down for each player. Cute! Love it. Very excited. Again, not the craziest game mechanically, but do like me a good party game. And one that looks this cute, like how can you go wrong, right? Hopefully. Famous last words, we'll find out. Rensaw Bingo. Okay, and then we have one more game, which is Recappp. I'm gonna put this. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay, so we have Recappp. This one was released at Essen last year from ArcLight Games, and basically you are making toys. Now I know that there are English cards because some people got them at Essen, and I believe the BGG store has copies with the English cards available, but I didn't want to pay like $1 million just to get it from the BGG store as a single game, so I figured I would just order it straight from Japan. I'm assuming the English cards did not come with it, but that's fine. I'll just make stickers. This is 1 to 6 players, 10 to 20 minutes, ages 6 to 99. So if you're 100, sorry, not allowed to play. This one also looks like a book. Pretty cool. Okay. Oh, there's a little king! Oh my gosh, I love it so much. So we have our rule sheet here. Very good, very good. So this one, as you can see, is a little more involved. We've got our different gifts, like the ingredients. I don't think that's the word. Materials needed to construct them, the title, it looks like a type, and then some special abilities and points for each of our gifts. Oh, is there a speed component where you're like trying to select certain gifts to make? That's what that looks like, but I'm not sure. Cool. So yeah, this one's a little bit more involved. So hopefully I didn't shoot myself in the foot by getting the Japanese copy without the English cards. Fingers crossed, we'll see. We have our score track here, getting all the way to the king at 30 points. He's got his T-Rex plushie, very cute. And we have our material tracker. Okay, so each person probably gets their materials tracker and then their little trackers for the different symbols on the cards. Awesome. Very good, very good. And then we have a player reference sheet, which of course is super helpful. Again, I'll make stickers, it'll be fine. We've got our cubes for tracking. And then we have our material cards, which I think are a bulk of the cards, and they don't have text on them, which is why I felt confident making stickers. Okay. So yeah, we got like little cotton. Oh my gosh, they all have faces. Stop. Or at least the cotton has faces. Different types. Little mice. Is that clay? I'm not sure. Sewing supplies, etc. So yeah, we have all of our little cards there, and then we have our actual gifts. So these are definitely the ones that I will have to translate the bottoms and make stickers for. Are they double-sided? Uh-oh. I specifically looked because I'm like, worst case scenario is it doesn't come with English cards. Probably not. But what's the maximum damage I'm in for if I need to modify components, right? And it seemed like there were only, I think, like 12 or 18 of these cards. So hopefully it won't be too bad. But now I'm seeing that they might be double-sided. Just twice as much work. Let's see. We've got right on top Bunny. Hey. Oh, they are double-sided. Okay. Little Star Boy. One of those little undies. Crab Man. Oh, okay. Oh, it's like a Hydra because he grew another head. Really got chopped off. Little robot teddy bear. Our cat. Little whale guy. I don't know. Cactus boy. But now he's a mammoth. The princess. A little ghosty. Oh my gosh. So cute. Yeah. This was a good investment. I will happily make translations for these and print off stickers. They're also very rectangular, so I feel like it'll be easy to make that. A Triceratops with wings? Cute. Ooh, a little fuzzball. What happened to our squid boy? Just like empty. All right, yeah. Very excited for this one. I really love the theme of this one. I don't know if y'all ever played Neopets, but definitely the best part of Neopets was just collecting all the plushies. So like anything plushie related that doesn't involve actually having to shove a bunch of plushies in my house, I'm in. I'm so there. Okay, so then yeah, we have gift craft. I'm gonna add that to BGG, and then we'll do a rundown of all the games that we unboxed today, and then we should be good. I think that's all of them. Yeah, all of those games fit in this little box here. And again, I'm glad that they didn't get damaged because they were packed in there. They were packed in there pretty tight. Let me go ahead and add gift craft. And let's take it off my wish list, put it on the own pile. We don't have Rensaw Bingo on here, so that's fine. I'll get it later. Okay, so to go over really quickly the games that we looked at today on stream, we have Pokemon Ubongo and Pokemon Nine Tiles, which I didn't get to open since they're not technically for me. We also got another copy of Nanatori Dori, which again, if you want to see this one, the cards are super gorgeous. I did unbox this one a couple of streams ago, along with Super Susaru Soup. That might have been the same stream. I'm not entirely sure. It's hard to remember. There have been quite a few this past year. So today we looked at Mole Poker, which is like a new card management iteration on like Cat Poker, Dog Poker, Capybara and Capybara from Hisashi Hayashi, Charge and Spark, which is a 2-player little bluffing game, Milkuro, which is a trick-taking game for 2 to 4 players, Haricots, which is 3 to 5 players, a ladder climbing game, Age of Neighbors, which is 1 to 5 players. I have no idea what it is other than a card game. Rensaw Bingo from Arclight Games, which is a party game that plays from 3 to 10 players. And then we also got Deliver Eats, which is a 2 to 4 player game, and I have no idea about much else beyond that, other than it has super cute little foods. Fixer, which is a 2 to 4 player trick-taking game. R Eco Plus, which contains R Eco and R Eco Recycle, 2 different games, 2 to 4 players. One is a set collection game and the other is a bluffing game. And then we also have Gift Craft, which is a 2 to 4 player, 1 to 6 player, excuse me, just kidding, 1 to 6 player, oh gosh, these are running out of room here. A 1 to 6 player game about making cute little plushy dolls to, it seems like, appease the king. So there you have it. If you're able to join live, thanks so much for being here. And if you're watching in the future, thank you as well. If you'd like to like the video down below, it helps it get out to a wider audience of people who might enjoy seeing these games and looking into them as much as I have here today, and hopefully you have as well. Like I said, I will be talking about all of these games coming up shortly in either, if not the January recap of monthly plays, then for sure, hopefully the March recap or February recap that I'll post in March. So if you want to learn more about these games, you know, feel free to subscribe if you haven't. That way you'll get notified when I upload those, and you can hear more about them as well as many other games that I play over the next month. So yeah, thanks so much as always for joining me, and we'll see you next time.